Hey, welcome Mohawks. Hey, we went to our last one of practice sheet number 2. So practice sheet number 2, problem number 8. Again, it's a word equation, so we have to figure out what the skeleton equation is and then balance that skeleton equation. So let's look at it. We have aluminum nitrate plus sodium sulfide react to form aluminum sulfide and sodium nitrate. So aluminum nitrate is a type 1 polyatomic nomenclature. So is sodium sulfide is just a type 1 binary. And then aluminum sulfide is a type 1 binary, but sodium nitrate is a type 1 polyatomic. And again, we know that because of the 8 that's there. So we're going to look at aluminum, and we know that aluminum is a metal. It's an element that's on the periodic table. So when I go ahead and look at my monoatomic ion sheet, we're going to find aluminum right here, which is a +3. So that's important for us. Then we have nitrate. Nitrate, it ends in 8, so right away we know that it's polyatomic. So we're going to go ahead and pull up our polyatomic ion sheet and find nitrate. And here is nitrate. It's NO3, and it's a -1. Okay, so we know that nitrate is a -1. It's NO3, and we know that aluminum is a +3. So we're just going to go ahead and start writing down what we have. So we're going to go ahead and, I want to go over this way. We're going to have aluminum. It's a +3. We have nitrate, so I'm just going to put nitrate, which is going to be NO3. Now, nitrate was a -1. This was a +3. They do not match, so we're going to crisscross them. So that means that I have to put this in parentheses. And I'm going to put a subscript of 3 there. So I need 3 nitrates at a -1 to equal the 1 aluminum at a +3. Okay, so there is our aluminum nitrate. Now we got to do sodium sulfide. Sodium sulfide is sodium and sulfide. It ends in "ide", so that looks like it's sulfur. So let's go to our monoatomic ion sheet. So we have our monoatomic. Sodium is a +1. Sulfur or sulfide is a -2. They do not cancel each other out, so I have to crisscross them. So we're going to add that to there. So sodium again was a +1. Sulfur is a -2, so this becomes a Na. And we're going to put subscript of 2. And let me get rid of that A. And right next to that, we're going to have sulfur, which is S. And the subscript for that is 1 from the charge of the sodium. So we don't have to put the 1 down there. That is going to yield aluminum sulfide. Now that, again, that's binary. So we have aluminum and sulfur. So if we go to our monoatomic ion sheet, aluminum is a +3, sulfur is a -2. They do not think, so we're going to crisscross them. So if I go back to our thing right here, aluminum is the 3 is going to go over here. The 2 from the sulfide is going to go over here. So I'm going to have Al2S3. On top of that, we're going to also add our last little byproduct is sodium nitrate. Now, sodium, if I go to my my monoatomic ion sheet, sodium's a +1. But I don't have my polyatomic ion there, so let's go to the polyatomic ion sheet, which is right here, and we're going to go to nitrate. Nitrate is a -1. It's NO3 and a -1. So +1, -1. So we're going to end up with Na for sodium. Then nitrate is NO3. So aluminum nitrate plus sodium sulfide yields aluminum sulfide plus sodium nitrate. That is our skeleton equation. So once we have our skeleton equation, now we can go ahead and we can balance the skeleton equation. So we're going to put what we have in here. Remember, we're going to keep our polyatomic ions, since I have them on both sides, we're going to keep them together. So I'm going to do aluminum And then I'm going to do sodium. Again, I like to put my polyatomic ions at the end. So then we're going to do sulfur. NO, and then 3. That is our nitrate. So if we look at this, I have aluminum here, I have nitrate down here, I have sodium right here, Na, and I have sulfur right here. So we're going to go ahead and write down how many we have of each kind on each side of the equation. So on this side of the equation, aluminum right here, no subscript, so I only have 1. Okay, on this side of the equation, I have a subscript of 2, so I have 2 aluminums. Sodium on this side, I have a subscript of 2, so I have 2 sodiums here. On this side, I look over here, there's no subscript, so there's just 1. Sulfur on this side is right here, no subscript, so that means I have 1 sulfur on this side. On this side, I look over here, I have a subscript of 3, so I have 3 sulfurs on this side. We go to our nitrate. I have it in parentheses, so this number down here tells me that I have 3 nitrates. And so I go over here and I look over here, no parentheses, so that means there's only 1 nitrate. So we go ahead and now we can go ahead and balance. We're going to save the polyatomic ions to the end because a lot of times when we go ahead and do those, they work themselves out. Okay, so let's go ahead and start right off at the beginning with aluminum. I have 2 on this side. I only have 1 on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and remember, we can't change any subscripts. We can only change coefficients. So I'm going to add a 2 right there. That gives me 2 aluminums. So I'm going to change this to a 2. Okay, so now I have 2 on this side, and I have 2 aluminums on this side, but it also changes my nitrate. So instead of just having 3, I have 3 2 times. So I end up having 6 nitrates. So and there's the 6 nitrates. So that's done. That's good. I could go over here and put 6 in here. And maybe I'll just go ahead and chase the nitrate. So in order to get 6 on this side, I have to put a 6 right there. So now I have 6 nitrates. But how many sodiums do I have? I have 6 sodiums. So I'm going to go ahead and put 6 sodiums there, chase it to this side. What do I put right here to make sure I have 6 sulfurs or sodiums? So what times 2 equals 6? I'm going to put a 3 in here. So I'm going to put a 3 right there. So now 3 times 2 is 6. So now I have 6, okay, sodiums. So 6 on each side. But that changes the number of sulfurs I have. Instead of having 1 on this side, now I have 1 times 3. So I end up having 3 sulfurs on this side. So 3 times 1 is 3, then that equals this side. So let's go ahead and double check it and make sure it looks good down on the bottom. So I have 2 aluminums here. I have 2 aluminums here. I have 6 sodiums there. I have 6 sodiums there. I have sulfur, 1 sulfur 3 times on this side, and I have 3 sulfurs on this side. Nitrates, I have 3 times 2 nitrates on this side for 6, and I have 6 nitrates on this side. Okay, so 6 times 1. So it looks like I'm balanced. So I can go ahead and put in my molar ratio is going to be 2 to 3 to 1 to 6. So that's what I have up here. And again, I can put a 1 right there. That's good. I don't have to. We know that it's assumed to be there because I can't put a 0. I'd like to highlight this, take a look at it. Can I reduce it? I have a 1, so I can't reduce. So we're going to make it bold, put our highlight it in green. And we said, there's our answer. There is our balanced chemical equation and our molar ratio for problem number 8 of worksheet number 2. Hopefully it helped you out with practice sheet number 2. As always, go Mohawks.